Payoff pitch on the way. Just missed low and away. And it is ball 4, walk. All right, we're going to have a pinch hitter here, Bobby Rice. This was the DH slot. You know, Goodnow was the DH. He came into the game as the pitcher, so that got blown up, and they've had 42 pitchers since that time, or something like that.
Yeah, what's one more?
And there's a strike. Yeah, we all eagerly await the next trailer, but I don't know how that one can be topped, quite frankly. The 0-1 is sliced foul.
And unless we see Mark Hamill in full Jedi regalia.
We heard him in this one.
So I guess all we're missing is Carrie Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the hair is not coming back to this movie. Those famous side buns.
Cinnamon buns. 0-2 is lifted high in the air. Here comes Jackson Oliver hurrying toward the line, and a great running catch by the Cougar right fielder near the right field line. So a couple of fine plays in the inning for CSU. A leadoff home run, though, for the Blazers, and they get a little closer. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Ragsdale. It's Columbus State 9, Valdosta State 3. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Ragsdale. 9-3, Cougars on top, and the 8th pitcher, that's right, number 8 for the Blazers on the mound. He didn't have to go far, though, did he, to get to the mound?
Nope. Now they're going to the position players on the mound now. It's Hayden Jones, the former second baseman, making his 11th appearance on the mound for Valdosta State. 1-0, 4.26 ERA. He has a save. 6 1/3 innings. So when he does pitch, he doesn't pitch very often.
And they've got one more pitcher up in the bullpen, a right-hander down there, and hopefully this inning would be their only opportunity to get another guy in the game. My goodness.
If it is, we're going to be in for some midnight madness.
If it is, I'm going home to go to bed, and you can close it out.
Fine by me.
Here's Blaine Miller.
Swing, Blaine, swing.
Blaine picked up an RBI, and his first at bat was in the 6th inning of this game. The pitch is high. Fielder's choice, RBI.
For Miller, it was his 27th ribeye steak of the season.
Breaking ball misses outside. A beautiful day has turned into a pleasant night here at beautiful Ragsdale Field. 2-0 is looped into left field for a base hit. Had the shortstop Reed turning around the wrong way. It had a big loop in it and sliced back towards center field for the base hit.
That one had the sort of spin on it that you saw from Hunter Pence's broken bat single back in the 20 12 NLCS against St. Louis.
Here's Chris Daniel. Chris, one hit on the night. He's also been hit.
But who hasn't?
Yes. We got plunked in the third inning of this game, so.
How's that welt on your shoulder?
Well, need the ice again. Pitch is fouled back to the screen.
Oh, we're talking ribeye steaks. Maybe we got one in the fridge back here.
If we've got a ribeye steak, I'm not wasting it on my shoulder, I'll tell you that much. It's been a long time since lunch.
I haven't had dinner since yesterday.
The 0-1 way outside. 1-1. Good thing the mascot wasn't over there. That was slipped right out of his hand there. Almost went to the screen.
A rare Cody the Cougar appearance at Ragsdale Field, and he has long since returned to his cave.
You just never know when Cody's going to pop up. The pitch is outside, 2-1. Long time I thought he was on the side of a milk carton. I didn't know where he was. What happened to him?
He disappeared right after Christmas break. A little too much eggnog.
2-1 pitch fouled back toward the tennis courts. We lose more tennis players that way.
Please, we're already nearly shorthanded on the women's side.
Yeah, speaking of tennis, congratulations to Coach Evan Isaacs and both teams. Having a great year again, and they're getting set for the Peach Belt tournaments this weekend. That's in at Francis Marion.
That's right, Kasab Courts.
2-2 swing and a miss, struck him out.
The Lady Cougars, the second seed in the PBC tournament. The men, the fourth seed. Lady Cougars' only loss of the season came at Armstrong when they were blown out of the water by the top-ranked team in the nation.
Here is Babe Ruth, Kevin Manos pinch hitting for Matt Nettles. He was Babe Ruth Saturday, wasn't he?
Oh, he sure was. 2 home runs to right center, just about the same spot into the netting near the advertisements out there.
Takes the first pitch downstairs, 1-0. Second one down the right field line. Trouble if it's fair. That ball is gone. It is out of here. A line drive home run. Just a few feet over the fence and out of here, and he's done it again. His third home run in his last 2 games. Babe Ruth indeed.
Kevin Manos. How about this guy? Another senior. He came into Saturday with 2 home runs. He's got 5 now.
He is peaking at the right time.
That's quite the weapon for Greg Appleton off the bench.
How about that? Good for him. Here's Joey Lewis. That one was not one of those high shots. It was a line drive that sliced toward the pole and 3 or 4 feet over the line. Right in on his hands, rolls it. First baseman Fields flips to the pitcher covering, and Jones gets to the bag in time for the out.
Manos actually was the opening day starter for Columbus State out in left field in that January series against West Alabama. Slowly descended into a platoon with Matt Nettles, and then has seen his playing time decrease into very, very far in between, but he's making the most of it in the few at-bats he gets.
Pitch is in there for a called strike to Blake Edwards. Started the game at third, moved over to short. The 0-1 is in there for a called strike. This game began on Tuesday, or so it seems.
Just reached the 3-hour mark.
The 0-2 is high, 1-2.
Oh, geez, make them stand in the box if it's going to go this long. They do it in the majors.
Wanted to give the fans their money's worth on the final regular season home game. There's a line drive toward first at the first baseman Graham Fields for out number 3. But the home run by Kevin Manos tacks another one on for the Cougars. And and it is 11-3 CSU. As we head to the ninth, we got a Hold'em Cougars. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540. We go to the ninth. Columbus State leading Valdosta State 11-3, and the fifth pitcher of the night for CSU.
Yes, it is Trey Watson, the usual closer for Columbus State, 6-foot senior from Springfield, Missouri. 17th appearance on the year, 2-2, 7 saves, a 4.66 ERA, but he's coming off of a tough week last week. He blew a save against Albany State in the first game of those teams' doubleheaders. And then he walked in a run with the bases loaded in the second game of the GRU Augusta game, which the Columbus State Cougars lost.
Pinch hitting for Valdosta State, number 1, Dominique Smedley.
And a pinch hitter, Dominique Smedley, will be the first man that Trey faces. First pitch swinging, popped up back toward us and just over the press box. You can come up from under the counter now, Will.
Oh, goodness. Put my umbrella away, too.
0-1. Big Trey Watson trying to get some work in for this weekend to be sharp, swing and a miss.
Smedley, transfer from a favorite watering hole of Greg Appleton's, Chattahoochee Valley Community College.
We've had a nice connection to the Pirates over there through the years. The 0-2, oh my goodness, that bounced way out in front of the plate, and it ricocheted off of Blaine Miller and also got the plate umpire, who has had a long, tough night here tonight. And I'm not chuckling, making fun of him. I'm just, Blaine turned around and was commiserating with him and smiling there. My goodness. Got drilled in the ankle and now on the left shoulder. The 1-2 fastball. Blaine just about fired that one down the third to go around the horn, but it was called a ball.
Watts will have to wait at least one more pitch potentially for his next strikeout.
The 2-2 pitch. Chopped toward third in the hole. Great play by Edwards in the hole, but he can't make the throw. And he lost the handle on the ball as he was getting ready to throw it. He was actually trying to pull it back because there was no way he was going to throw out Smedley.
So the tuck rule comes into effect there, right? Incomplete pass.
Don't you have to have the field covered with snow and a snow machine out moving it away and all that stuff?
And it'll be a wheel check on your sidelines.
Runner gets his lead from first, and the pitch is fouled back to the screen. We got another pinch hitter here, don't we?
Oh, yes, we do. That is number 6. It's David Wortham, freshman from hometown Valdosta.
So, local boy getting a little playing time tonight. 11-3 Cougars, top of the ninth. Blazers with a man at first and nobody out. Pitch outside. Our next broadcast will be the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. Cougars will be in Savannah for 3 against Armstrong this weekend, and then that's it. We'll actually have the weekend off before the conference tournament. May 9th, tournament will be played here at Ragsdale and at Golden Park. Cougars will play all of their games here at Ragsdale. Swung on, fouled back. Single elimination. And the Cougars, we already know Coach Appleton has selected the Saturday 3 p.m. start for their quarterfinal game here at Ragsdale. And the semifinals would follow at 7. Would be right here, of course, pitch in the dirt.
Columbus State, of course, took a hard loss, an early bowing out in the Peach Belt tournament last season. Quarterfinal loss to Montevallo, 16-6.
It was a single elimination last year, too, and we had the very last game of the day. It was a long day. Games went over, and we were playing. We ended up a little after midnight when we wrapped up that game. Pitch is on the inside corner for a called strike and a strikeout.
Something tells me at the midnight hour you were not crying out more, and more.
No, and but the Cougars bounced back nicely, of course, in the NCAA regional and made it all the way to the championship game when we started the championship game against Lander almost at midnight, 11:05 p.m. after we had beaten them earlier in the evening. There was an all-day rain delay, and they started that championship game at 11:05 p.m. on Sunday night. They never would have done that in Division I. The pitch is high and gets away from Blaine, and down to second goes Smedley.
Well, they probably looked out west and said, hey, it's 8 o'clock on the West Coast. We'll let the San Francisco viewers tune in prime time.
Everybody still had their hotel rooms. We didn't check out of the hotel. The umpires didn't check out of their hotel, but yet they decided to let what would be, in some cases, the most important game that many of those players ever played start at 11:05 at night. The pitch is high and away. We ended, I don't know, somewhere around 2 or so, and it was so foggy, the fog rolled in, that I literally could not see Jackson Oliver in right field from the press box. It was that foggy when we finished that game. The 2-0 is downstairs.
Somebody had a flight to Tahiti to catch in the morning.
It was ridiculous. And it's just obvious. I don't care what they say. They would not have done that in one of the Division I regional tournaments. The 3-0 misses outside. Ball 4. Trey's really struggling out there right now.
Well, he's getting the kinks out of his game at the right time, I suppose, as long as he's ready for the Armstrong series.
And I'm not saying that, and Lander won a close game, I'm not saying that had anything to do with the outcome at all. It was just as equally a bad decision for the players on the Lander team as it was for CSU. Check of the runner out at second. The pitch in on his hands, fouled away. Hayden Jones, now I guess he's still the pitcher of record for, yeah, we had to look back and see. They've had 25 of them.
The entire roster, huh? So you must be coming up pretty soon, huh? That phone next to you about to ring from the bullpen.
They have mercifully cleared their bullpen, so they're not very optimistic here in the top of the ninth, trailing by 8.
Columbus State putting distance between themselves and the Blazers. 2 spots in the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th innings.
Check of the runner out at second. The 1-1 is downstairs, 2-1. Yeah, we need to get Trey back in the groove, don't we, for this weekend?
Going to be especially important in Savannah, and I've got a couple previews of those games, actually. Pitching matchups. Jake Ezel likely to go for Columbus State in game 1.
2-1 is in there, 2-2.
6-1, a 3.40 ERA. He will probably face Corey Kafka of Armstrong, 4-2, a 3.03 ERA. Second game, Brian Headley against Pete Nagel, who's 4-0 with a 2.39 ERA for the Pirates.
2-2 pitch from Watson, chopped to third, could be two, flip to second, one, on to first, two, a double play, and the Cougars win. That's a good way to wrap it up. High fives in the middle of the field for the guys in the white uniform, and the Cougars have won it 11-3. I just want to let Tim Rutherford, our studio producer, know we won't take another break. We'll stay here and wrap this one up, Tim, and then let everybody get out of here. So completes the non-conference schedule, and what a year it was. 18-1 in non-conference play.
18-1. Cougars improved to 33-12 on the whole. Valdosta State falling to 25-16.
For the Cougars, 11 runs on 13 hits and 1 error. Valdosta State, 3 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. And briefly, we'll talk again. You're talking about Armstrong this weekend, and another element to think about here. The Cougars, and this won't be the first time this has happened. We've had the final weekend off before tournament play and conferences began. We will have 2 weeks in between games after the 3 games in Savannah this weekend until May 9th when the tournament begins. And usually what Greg has done in that second week, he'll play a couple of maybe intra-squad games or something like that. But 2 weeks is a long time. In some cases, it's nice. It's been a long year. Guys are banged up. It gives them a chance to heal and to recover and to recoup some. But then on the flip side, you worry about being rusty after being off for a couple of weeks.
Well, I'm sure Carson Bowers will appreciate the couple of weeks that he'll have between games after this Armstrong series. Left the game in the 3rd inning, I believe it was, after that ankle injury, but he'll probably be all right. And if you don't get healthy after 2 weeks, then I don't know, you're not getting healthy at all.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be fine this weekend. A big weekend coming up. The Cougars would certainly love to go down and take the series, at least win 2 out of 3. So we'll see what happens with that. But they are in 5th in the first region rankings that have come out. Top 6 make the NCAA tournament. So that'll do it for us until Saturday, May 9th. First round, the quarterfinals of the Peach Belt Conference tournament will be a game right here at Ragsdale Field at 3 o'clock that afternoon. Will, appreciate you sitting in again.
Scotty, glad to be with you. I hope we can do it again sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. Look forward to it. My thanks again to Matt Golden, who got us started as the studio producer, and Tim Rutherford, who came in very appropriately for this game out of the bullpen in the middle of the game to finish it up. And once again, your final score from Ragsdale Field, Columbus State 11, Valdosta State 3. And on this winning night from CSU, this is Scott Miller saying so long, everyone.